guess what's happening in my garden today? I want to talk about a new sedum ground cover that I have found. I think it's the perfect ground cover. It is a tight growing little plant that forms a quick mat, so it's perfect for my hypertufa pots. It's called the Sedum spurium Immergrunchen. I have this sedum in several of my hypertufa pots, and it grows very well. It fills in real thickly, branches real nicely, and it does in the springtime have bright yellow flowers, kind of a clear yellow. It's hardy, which is perfect for my hypertufa pots because all of my pots stay outside in the wintertime. They last in snow and ice, no problem, so I want the plant to last also. Now this particular plant has survived for the last year in the pots outside, and it's grown very thickly and well. It turns some really beautiful colors in the fall and over the winter. There are several in this pot. As you can see, I have it with a little bit of coral reef. The coral reef sends up little white puffy flowers, and this one sends up the yellow flowers. But it grows so well, you can just break off a tip and stick it in another spot in the pot, or if they drop to the ground, sometimes I have birds that pick them up and the pieces drop onto the ground and they just grow and sprout. Perfect. That's exactly what I want for my pots. You can see this one where a little tiny branch has fallen on the ground. That'll root and be perfect and start a little bed of it right here in the mulch. But this one is hardy. As I said, it's for zone 2A to 9B in the US, and it grows just about 2 or 3 inches tall. If you put it in a shadier spot, it may get a little bit taller, kind of reaching for more light. I have mine in both sun and shade, and it does very well in those areas. Now we'll go in the backyard. Let me pass the Persian shield here, and we'll go into the backyard and check out my other hypertufa planters. I have a few sprigs in this clover leaf here and in several of the other troughs. I've got them blending well with the dragon's blood sedum and a lot of the coral reef. I plant a lot of that, and the John Creech. But you can see how well these have grown. I think I've had some of these pots and planters in earlier videos, so you can see how thick and tall they've gotten. But it does segment and branch out a whole lot, so you get a lot of bang for your buck with these plants. And pinch and pinch as much as you want. You can root those or even discard them, and it'll just make the others branch. Now this particular pot is almost entirely full of just the Immergrunchen, but you can see how the color of it is green, but when you look real closely, it has a little bit of a reddish, brick reddish rim around the leaves. So that looks really good with the yellow flowers that come in the springtime. Usually around June is when I had mine bloom. You can see how tiny those ends are. It's similar to another sedum. Sedum K is what I usually call it. I can't say that word, Sedum camshaticum, but it's a lot smaller. But this particular is my favorite. I do like that Sedum K, but this one is my favorite because it's smaller and tighter growing. I have it with a little bit of coral carpet in here, and that blooms the white. Oh, little tiny weed, let me get rid of that. But these plants have worked out well for me. I don't have a lot planted in the ground right now, but I do intend to plant some in the ground and get it to kind of cover and suppress weeds in the flower beds. I've got some large flower beds that I don't want to include a lot of flowers in, just set the planters down into, and I think this will help suppress and make a good backdrop for the hypertufa. I've just got a few more over here And you can see the dragon's blood's getting really red in some of these cool mornings we've had. We've had a lot of cooling rains here lately. So these look a little, I don't know, maybe they're a little wetter than they normally would be. But I think you enjoy this ground cover as much as I do. It is a very nice plant, hardy. Oh, there's a coleus. Let me show you my coleus, how monstrously big it's gotten. And it's just beautiful colors. Can't help but love those plants. And some of these are my rootings in the sedum beds, the little succulent farm beds that I planted. You can see how many branches are growing off the bottom. It just really branches easily and makes a nice plant to pinch and grow more for more pots. But I consider this almost the most perfect ground cover. You may too. You can find it, just ask for Immergrunchen if you can remember that. I can't find any other nickname for it. But thanks for watching, and I'm glad you stopped by today. Be sure and watch a few more of the other videos and subscribe, and be sure and hit that like button. Thanks a lot.